Y'all come on in. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe because we got to talk today. When I tell y'all, honey, when I tell you what just surfaced on this internet, honey, Diddy tape with Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mama, just leaked, y'all. And the internet, honey, the internet is not playing fair, y'all. They talking about itty bitty Diddy. They talking about 3 inches. They talking about shrimp puff. They talking about a man so small he fit his own palm with nothing extending out. Now, I just want to say, when a man start to have their turn on women, you know what? I don't want to hear no crap from y'all ladies. I don't want to hear when a man start talking about it stank and this and this and that. Okay, so it can go both sides of the story, girls. All right, but honey, let me tell y'all what happened. And I'm strolling, right? I'm strolling through these comments like, y'all are so messy. Y'all are real wild out here in these streets. And I'm living for it, honey. But I'm horrified by it at the same time. But let me tell you what I saw for real. Because it ain't just about size, honey. This is about a whole lot more. So like this video. So here it happened. Late Saturday night, girl. May the 30th. Nearly, a 2-minute clip surfaced on X, formerly known as Twitter. Then, honey, a full version drop. Nearly 40 minutes of footage, y'all. And honey, Diddy was in that room like he was directing a whole amateur production. I ain't lying, y'all. He was operating the camera. He was changing the lights, adjusting the angles. He ain't had no clothes on, y'all. He was all baby oiled up and he was just going to town. You know what I'm saying? Woo, there goes my thigh. Oh my. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Honey, while the worker, the male worker, honey, he was doing what he was doing to Miss Joy. Honey, when I tell you that man is blessed by God, God really blessed that man. Shoot, I was jealous for a minute. I wanted to tap Miss Joe. Girl, go ahead. Let me handle this, okay? Hell yeah, I wish I had a Diddy that a whole bunch of money and I can do what I want to do with different men and hell yeah, give me that money. All right, let me tell you, the comments went crazy. They were calling Diddy itty bitty Diddy. 3 inches. Diddy got a shrimp. He could barely hold it. That's why he liked looking instead of doing. Diddy was a real life director. That's what everybody is saying out here in these streets. And honey, DJ Vlad, that's what y'all call him, Messy Vlad. He came out here and he confirmed the tape is 100% real. He said he interviewed the male worker back in December 2025. And the male worker showed him a clip, said Diddy accidentally filmed it on his phone. So this is coming from the male worker phone. And that's why I don't deal with male workers, because I think they're messy, just like women. You know, women have known to be so messy and gossipy. And this could have came from the male worker phone because he wanted attention. And it did put him in a big light, in a good light, because the thing was big. So I believe it could have possibly, he did it. So I think the Joy should sue him. But honey, that's what he said. He said accidentally, Diddy thought it was his phone. Diddy thought it was Diddy's phone, but he made a mistake and he recorded on the dude phone, the worker phone versus Diddy phone. Yeah, he said accidentally, honey, accidentally, like Diddy just slipped and fell and the camera happened to roll for 40 minutes. Like he accidentally set up the lights, like he accidentally directed the whole screen. That's how he said it. Like he accidentally built a whole amateur studio in that room. And I really do believe it may have been on accident. But that's not even the wildest part, y'all. 50 Cent has responded. And when I tell you, I had to read that twice. He said, and I'm quoting, "She's not a victim. His son is." I believe they call him SIRE. Yeah. He said, "Can you imagine going to the 8th grade to find out this is your mama?" Your court system in LA think it's fine. Ooh, that's what he's saying. Now let me sit with that for a second. And I want to know, do you guys think that women that do this type of thing, it's shameful to their kids? And, women that's out here and they're mothers and they got their, breasts all out and all these tight, hoish clothes and acting like thoughts and behaving like thoughts. How do you guys feel? Do you think it's inappropriate for a mother to dress and act a certain way? Press 1 if you think it's inappropriate for those women to act that way. Press 9 if you feel no. I just got to say, honey, I'm so blessed. God blessed me with a Christian mama, a real Christian mama. My mama, she don't just wear those labels, honey. We didn't play that in my household. No cussing in the household, no watching R-rated movies, no secular music, no rap music, none of that, So I don't know what it feels like to grow up to see my mom being a hoe. I ain't never seen my mom with a whole bunch of men or even heard rumors of mom with a whole bunch of men. Hell no, that's so embarrassing. So I'm thankful that I don't have that as a mom. Now, am I a hoe? Depending on what day you catch me, honey, but I don't got no kids, so I can do what I want to do. It's definitely different for people that got kids, but I want to know what do y'all think. But anyway, 50 Cent. The same 50 Cent who dragged Rick Ross' baby mama, who posted Kim Kardashian daughter talking about her appearance, who built a whole career on destroying people's families and then laughing about it, who gives nobody grace, who shows nobody mercy, who treats everybody's trauma like content. That 50 Cent just stood up and said, my son is the victim. And you know what? He ain't wrong, honey. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. His son is 13, 14 years old, going to school, finding out the whole internet, seeing his mama on a tape with Diddy and a male worker. That is traumatizing. That's real. That's not a joke, y'all. But 50, I'm going to have to get on that butt, baby. You don't get to spend 20 years being the bully and then cry when the bully energy comes for you, 50. You don't get to drag everybody kids and then expect the world to wrap your kid with some cotton. That's not how karma works, 50. That's not how the universe works, 50. You spent your whole career making other people pain your punchline. And now you want us to feel your pain? Ain't gonna happen. I'm supposed to feel sorry or bad for you? The man who said, I don't care, it don't bother me about everything. The man who built an empire on get the strap and many men and destroying anybody who looked at him wrong. Nah, honey, nah, ain't gonna happen. But here's where it gets deep. Here's where I had to check myself. I had to check myself because I was laughing at the comments too. I was strolling through the itty bitty Diddy and cackling, and I was reading Diddy pen so small it fits in his palm, and I ain't hollering, honey. Then I saw 50 response about his son, and I felt something. A little guilty, a little sadness, a little maybe I was a part of the problem. But then I caught myself because the problem ain't the jokes about Diddy's size. The problem ain't the comments. The problem is the tape. The problem is the camera. The problem is the man who allegedly built a whole system on filming people without their full consent, of collecting tapes like trophies, of treating human bodies like content for his own pleasure. Miss Joy ain't say she was forced. She ain't cry victim. 50 Cent made sure to tell us that. She's not a victim. So if she chose to be in that room, if she walked in her eyes open, getting paid or getting off or getting both, then who am I to shame her for what I just... Shit. To be honest with you, I wish I had that. Okay. But the camera, she didn't control. The tape that got accidentally filmed on somebody else's phone, the leak that surfaced on Saturday night and spread across the internet because she could blink, before she can damn blink. That's the crime. Hell, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be taped. I don't want to, I don't never want to be taped. Have I been taped before? When I was a young teen, you know, but I deleted it right after I didn't taped it. Okay, I got a reputation out here. You ain't gonna catch me out here. I don't got no tapes of me, baby, okay? Ooh, I know y'all wish, but you ain't gonna get it. Okay, look, but releasing that tape, that's the crime, that's the violation. That's the thing that make this not just 3 consenting adults, but a whole system power and surveillance and exploitation. And DJ Vlad confirming it, Messy Vlad validating this shit, that's not journalism, honey. That is complicity. That's taking a man's alleged pattern of filming people and turning it into content for his own platform. That's profiting off the same system you pretending to report on. So here's what I saw for real. For the last time, I saw a tape that the internet turned into a joke about a man's size, when the real joke is billionaire who allegedly built an empire on other people's body and still couldn't keep his own tape from leaking. I saw a father use his son as a shield to deflect from his own hypocrisy. 20 years of bullying and now begging for sympathy. Ain't gonna happen, 50. I saw a comment section that could laugh at Diddy's body, but can't see the system that put that camera in the room. And honey, I saw myself, GG, with my list of big dicks and many dreams of freedom, and almost falling into the same damn trap, almost shaming a woman for choices I want to make my damn self, almost pitying her when she didn't ask for no fucking pity, or almost missing the real crime because I was too busy laughing at the punchline. And the crime ain't the sex. The crime ain't the size. The crime ain't the messy or the zesty. The crime is the camera she did not control, the leak she did not authorize, and the world watching what was meant for a room. And if you're still asking for that link, if you're still in my DMs begging for a screen recording, if you're still laughing at the itty bitty Diddy, you're ignoring the man behind the camera. You ain't messy, you ain't funny, you complicit. Okay, arm yourself. Know the difference between a choice and a camera, between gossip and evidence, between what you want for yourself and what you punish in others. And 50 Cent, baby, I feel sorry for your son. I really do. But you don't get to be the victim now. Not after everything you did to everybody else. The universe don't work like that. Karma don't work like that. And you know it. Like, share, and subscribe, and bring your daddy because we got some work to do.